guys, today I'm filming my next hit it or quit it thoughts on hauls. If you guys are unfamiliar with this series, I'll have my playlist linked down below, and basically I am going to be reviewing all the products I featured in a haul video from a year ago to let you know my current thoughts on those products. And I am actually doing 2 hauls in one video today to try to get caught up, because last year there were a couple months where I posted 2 hauls. So this is going to be an Ulta 4,000 points haul and my November 2019 haul. So I will have both of those videos linked down below, and I will list out all of the products. So I will start with the Ulta 4,000 points haul. The first thing that I had purchased would be the Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur Blush in Coral Cloud. This is such a pretty peachy coral color, and I love this formula so much. It definitely is one of the best cream blushes ever because it is a cream to powder formula, which works very well with my oily skin. Also, I like this because I can set my face with powder and then go over top with this blush, and it doesn't mess up my makeup at all. I would say to use more of like a dense brush with this. I do prefer the Real Techniques buffing brush to apply this. These are very pricey though, but it's worth it to me. There was a time period where these were popping up at TJ Maxx, but that was months and months ago. I found one color there, but the other ones I did not find, unfortunately. There are 4 shades: nude, coral, mauve, and pink. I have a mini mauve, I have the coral, I have the nude, so now I just need the pink. But definitely my favorite cream blush formula if you can get these on sale. I highly recommend them. I find them very easy to work with, very pigmented, they blend nicely, and they apply well over powder, which is what I love. Next, I've got the Benefit highlighters. I was so excited when they released these as individuals, because previously these had just come out in their face palettes, which was such a smart idea because it made people have to buy those palettes if they really wanted these. These are so good. Benefit needs to come out with more shades because this is an amazing formula. And let's be honest, Benefit is a very boring brand. They have so many products that I love that I think are great quality, good staples, but in general, they're boring and they don't release that many products. And when they do, you're like, really? That's what y'all came out with like all this time and that's what you got? But these are good. So I did get both of the shades. The first one is Cookie, which is a champagne color. Super reflective, gives a beautiful glow to the skin, very smooth, will accentuate texture a little bit just because of how reflective it is. I apologize if my grammar is not correct today. I do have a bit of that pregnancy brain and it drives me crazy because I'm usually very good at spelling and grammar, and when I'm like IMing my coworkers, I am like getting stuff all mixed up and it drives me nuts. So just forgive me. And then the other one is Tickle, which is a really pretty pink highlight, but it has like a peach shift to it as well. It's so beautiful, looks very reflective on the skin. I love this one in the springtime. Both of these are must-haves for me. I love these shades. They work really well in my skin tone, and I just love how pigmented and reflective they are. Definitely would recommend these. So happy I got them. Next, I have a single shadow. This is one of the Dose of Colors Block Party eyeshadows. I had gotten one in my previous Ulta 4,000 points haul. This is Teal Me More. This is a beautiful blue teal color. Never used it. Still have not used it, which is terrible. Shame on me. I really need to because these are very pricey. The other color I have, Encore, I don't get why this formula was so popular, but it was just for a minute. If you notice, like, nobody talks about these anymore. So this is something I actually regret spending my points on, because even though it's beautiful, I obviously have not used it, and the formula is not the easiest to work with, and also the packaging can be a little difficult to open. This one seems to not be giving me trouble as the Encore shade does for some reason, but I do regret buying that one. And I purchased a couple palettes. The first was the Zoeva Caramel Melange Voyager palette, and the Voyager part of it just means that it's a mini version of the full-size palette. Full-size palette has 12 shades. The Voyager has 6 shades, and they're smaller pans. I did end up putting that in a giveaway. I was gifted the full-size palette was able to test out, so I didn't need the mini one. And then I also got the Zoeva Spice of Life palette. The colors in here are very pretty. I do like this shade selection. I've only used this a handful of times. I do think it is pretty. The mattes are pigmented, they blend nicely. The shimmers have some nice pigment to them as well, but they're shimmers and not metallics. And I think so many palettes make very metallic shimmer shadows that these almost look like satins in comparison. They're just like not as special as I would want them to be. And that's how I felt about the full-size Caramel Melange palette as well. One of the shades was kind of like scratchy and it seemed like there was hard pan on it, but there wasn't. It just like applied like there was. The mattes are pigmented, they blend nicely, but I don't know, I'm just bummed by these. And I actually have a different 6 pan from them, the Precious palette, that performs so well. The shades are so stunning, but like those are very metallic. These are not as metallic. So I don't think I'm gonna go out of my way to buy any other Zoeva palettes. I think it's gonna kind of depend. I might try some things out. Again, I did really love the Precious palette, but I don't necessarily regret buying this one, but I definitely could have done without it in my collection. Next is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. This is the Anastasia Carli Bybel palette. I was so excited to get this one. So in here you have a row of more cool tones and a row of warm tones. On my eyes today, I'm wearing, this is my crease color and this on the lid. And I've used some of the warm tones in here a lot. I love these two shades right here. And then I've also, of course, used the olive, but these two mattes, gorgeous. You guys know I love Anastasia mattes. I have like all of her individual matte warm browns because I just love them so much. I know people really like hated on this palette, and I did hear that this one is a lot more powdery than some of the others, and I would agree. There is a lot of kick up with them, but they perform very well. And this was my first time using that like more shimmery, steely blue. Jody, I think. It's spelled J-O-D-E. I would say that's Jody. I love this look. It is so pretty and it applied very easily. I really love this palette. I do think it has a really pretty mix of shades in here, and I like the packaging. Seems very Carli Bybel, so I'm happy to have this one in my collection, and I'm really glad that I decided to create a look with it today so that I could, you know, test it out even a little bit more. But I think it's really good. I really like all the shades in here. The only one I probably won't use is this one on the end, this Bowie color. It's a weird like green brown matte. I probably won't use that one, but the other ones in here, definitely. I really like this mix of shades. I think that was kind of unique, and it is good quality for me. I don't mind that the Anastasia powder shadows are a bit more powdery. I don't mind that. And the other palette I got was the Too Faced Gingerbread Extra Spicy palette. And here is what this one looks like. Very pretty. I've only used this one a couple of times as well. I think all the shades in here perform really nicely. This palette has a good variety of mattes and shimmers, which I really prefer, but I could have done without this one in my collection because I have so many warm tone palettes, and this palette could almost have been cut in half because these shades are so similar. I definitely think the original Gingerbread Spice palette is more versatile, and I like that one more, but this one does perform well. I really like the look that I created with it earlier this year. I can't remember what shades I used, but I do like this. I am happy to have this. I do not regret buying this whatsoever, but it's not a must-have for me. Then I had some lip products. I'm going to swatch these. So this is one of the Dose of Colors lip liners in the shade Delight, and this is the only lip liner I have from Dose. I have one eyeliner and one lip liner, but this was just such a cute color. I really wanted it, and it seemed different from the ColourPop lip liners I had. It's just a really pretty like peachy pink shade, a little bit on the lighter side. I really like this. This formula is nice and creamy, but it doesn't slide around, but it's not thick and sticky like some other lip liners or ones that are very drying. I really do like this formula. I don't think I need to go buy any other shades. If I'm gonna try different colors of lip liners, I would rather just get them from ColourPop because they are so affordable and my favorite formula, but this is a good one. I'm definitely happy to have that in my collection. Need to use it more, but it's good. Then I got a MAC Love Me lipstick. This one is in the shade Laissez Faire, which is a slightly gray tone pink shade. It looks more gray in the packaging, but I feel like when I swatch it or when I put it on my lips, it's not gray tone, but it is a bit more of like a cool tone pink. I tend to really like this one in the winter time. This is a really nice formula because it does have a good amount of opacity to it, but it has a bit of a shine. It doesn't feel thick on the lips. It's very creamy and smooth. I really do like this formula. And I recently bought another shade of these last month from TJ Maxx. So some people have been seeing different colors of these pop up at their TJ Maxx and Marshall store. So I would recommend picking it up for that price. I think it's about half of what they cost at like regular full price in a store, but I do like this color. I like this formula. I purchased a bunch of MAC lipsticks this year and I still think MAC lipsticks are just okay, but I like this formula a lot and I would recommend it. And my last lip product is the NARS Oil Infused Lip Tint in the Orgasm shade. Since then, they've released the Orgasm X shade, which seems like it has a little bit more pigment to it. So here is what this looks like. I bought this because of Casey Holmes. It just looked so pretty on her and I knew that this was like a sheer product, but it looks nice. And this is very glossy and it makes your lips look very full and shiny. It is not sticky. It's very smooth, which I like, but because it's a lip oil, it's very, very thin. The product wears off very quickly. I do not regret getting this with my points. I could have done without it, but I don't regret getting this. I need to reach for it more, but I would definitely rather use this up than declutter it. I would like to pan it soon, but I really feel like for a lot of 2021, we're probably gonna be wearing masks. So this might take until 2022 to really start focusing on, but I would be excited to use that up. And then the last two things I had from that haul were some Morphe brushes. So this first one is the Morphe M554, which is called the Under Eye Setting Brush. This does work for that, but I actually like using this to just like apply a little bit of touch-up powder or to wipe away fallout under my eyes. This does work nicely to set under the eyes as well. And also with this brush, you could definitely use it for blush. It's a nice multi-purpose brush. I really do like it. It is not scratchy yet. I've washed it several times. I really enjoy this brush. I like Morphe brushes in general. And then I have the Morphe M421 mini concealer brush. I use this to apply my lid shades. I think that this works well with like cream shadow pots, or if you're using loose pigment or an eyeshadow that is like really thick and dimethicone. This just does a good job of really like placing color on the lid. I don't really need this for concealer, but great lid brush. I use both of these all the time. I have a bunch of brushes that I keep on my desk that I reach for all the time depending on what look I'm doing. And then in the top drawer of my vanity, I also have extra brushes. Both of these are in my like daily use brush section, not in the extra section. So I feel like that means I use them enough to say that I recommend them and enjoy them. So here's what this eyeshadow brush looks like up close though. Really good. So overall, the only things from this haul that I wish I didn't get, number one, the Dose of Colors eyeshadow, and actually the Zoeva palettes. One of them, of course, I ended up playing the giveaway, which I'm happy I was able to give it to you guys, but I definitely could have done without both of those. They weren't as exciting or spectacular as I was hoping they would be. They were more of just okay, and this I just haven't used and the formula's not amazing, but everything else I do feel really happy with. So now we're moving on to my November haul of 2019. So first were some things I got from Ulta. This first thing I think was the Diamond Gift. This is the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. I really remember Tati raving about this a lot. And this is what it looks like. Have not used it at all. With primers, I really try not to open them and start using them until I'm ready to actually focus on them. And I'm still working on the Dr. Brandt Pores No More primer, and I would like to use that one up before I start working on this one. But now that I'm saying it, there's a lot of that left. It takes me a long time to get through. So I think I do want to pull this out soon and test it to see if I even want to keep it or if I want to pass it on. So I will update you guys at some point, but unfortunately I've not tested it yet to be able to review it now. Then I had gotten another free gift from Ulta. That was the Lorac Luxe Diamond Cream Shadow in Satin, which I think was the gold. I did not like these cream shadows. I found them to be very sheer, and I don't like that. I like a very pigmented cream shadow. These don't crease. They wear nicely, but they're just not pigmented enough for me, so I would not recommend them. Then I had gotten the ColourPop Birds of Paradise palette. This is cute. I believe that this was like the first 9-pan palette I bought from them, and I was happy that it was in the cardboard packaging. I really just don't like that plastic packaging, and I only used this a couple of times. I really like these two shades, Perch and Golden Egg, but this is something that I actually featured in my last update of my chopping block. I ended up decluttering this. I just haven't gotten rid of it yet. And it's okay. I actually think it performs very well. I picked up this palette because there are no pressed glitters in it. Those shimmer shades you see are shimmer pressed powder shadows. And if I did not have a ton of palettes in my collection, I would have held on to that one. But I do have a lot of palettes, a lot of similar shades, so that is being decluttered. It was definitely an impulse buy that I do regret just because I didn't need it. Then I did buy, I believe, 2 of the Ulta brand large Z palettes, and these are actually like Z palette brand in collaboration with Ulta Beauty, which is awesome because these count as a drugstore product, whereas regular Z palettes count as a high-end product. So I think I was able to get these 2 because of a coupon, and whatever deal they were on, I was able to get them literally like buy one get one free. I love these large Z palettes. They hold so many shadows. You guys know I use these to hold my single shadows, and then I also like to create a Z palette for that specific season of singles. So this is what my winter Z palette is looking like right now. Love these. Great quality. They did just a couple months ago come out with a new design. I haven't seen it in person. I've only seen it online, but great quality. I absolutely love those. Highly recommend. And I would say, like, don't buy the regular Z palette brand. Get the ones in collaboration with Ulta because you're able to get them on great deals all the time. Like sometimes Ulta will do like 50% off all eye products. Those count. So definitely get them from Ulta. And then I had tried the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Concealer in number 23. It was a good color for me. It gave decent coverage. It looked okay, but it just wasn't special enough to me. And it comes with a lot of products, and I knew it would just take me forever to use it up and something I would just be like meh about. So I did end up returning that. Then I got 2 ColourPop lip liners. These were on sale. I think probably like 30% off or something. So then I got 2 ColourPop lip liners. These were part of their, I guess, winter beauty event, fall beauty event. I'm not sure which one it was. And I'm sure that they were somewhere between 20 to 30% off. So the 2 shades I got would be BFF, which is like a tan nude on my skin tone. And then we've got Oh Snap, which is more of a pinky mauve nude. Now the packaging is way pinker than the swatches you can see, which is kind of annoying. I would like this to be a little bit more on the pinky side. You can tell it's a little bit more pink in comparison to BFF, but it's kind of annoying that the colors don't necessarily match the packaging, specifically Oh Snap. But I love these lip liners. I think ColourPop makes the best lip liners ever because these are very easy to line your lips and fill them in completely. I don't have a ton of issues with feathering. I use these really more to help me shape my lips because I don't have very much pigment to my lips. They can blend into my skin, especially after I put foundation on, and I want to help my lip product not look so crazy, so that's why I use these. But I love this formula. I would definitely buy more shades in the future, and I have, so that's definitely a good one. And the last thing I got from Ulta would be these Ulta Beauty sponge tip applicators. I had gotten just a little set of 12. They sell it in a set of 12, and then this larger set, which I already had, and I basically just replenished the container that I have. I use these with my ColourPop Super Shock shadows. I find that those tend to dry out pretty quickly, and the ones that I have, I've had for a couple years now, so I can't just apply them with a brush. And even with my finger, I have a system. So basically I will use a sponge tip applicator first to help get the precision on my lid that I want. Then I will go in with all of the rest of the shadows for my transition crease, outer corner, whatnot. And then I will take my finger and pat on the lid to like re-intensify the shine. But I like to set down the color initially with a sponge tip applicator. So definitely love these, recommend them. I think that they work very well for that purpose. Next, I had purchased something from Sephora. That would be the Bite Beauty Matte Cream Lip Crayon in Leche. And I just did not love that color on me, unfortunately. It was like a nice light nude that was like a peachy pink color. And because it was more of like a creamy finish, it just looked a little odd. Those are the kind of nudes I do like on myself, but I like them to be a little bit more matte, because somewhere in that like cream satin realm, it just ends up looking kind of funny and will have not necessarily a white ring, but you can tell where like the inside of my lip is and where the lip product is, unlike what I'm wearing today, which I think just flows. I don't know. Something about that was just kind of off, so I did end up returning that. Then I got in one thing from eBay that was a mini Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Vanilla Quartz, and these are like $22, these minis. And this is a very beautiful champagne highlight with like a really pretty golden flash, and there's like, I almost want to say a tinge of pink, but it's mostly golden. Very, very beautiful. I do like the Becca highlighters I have. I don't think that they're the most impressive ever. I actually prefer the Ofra formula and the Benefit formula, but they have really great shades, and this is a nice one on my skin tone. And it's like a wearable duochrome for me. So very happy to have that. Then I had purchased two Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. These were exclusive to BoxyCharm, and then they ended up later putting them on their site, but these have not shown up at Ulta or any of the other stores. And I was so excited to get these two colors. And the first one here is Nude Mood, which is more of like a peachy tan nude color. And the other shade is the more pinky one, and this is called Flirty. And there's what that shade looks like. I love these. I think they're so gorgeous. I have a ton of Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. I think they have a great shade range. This is my all-time favorite formula. It is fully opaque. It does completely set down, so it can be a little bit drying, but not as drying as some other formulas that I've tried, like the Anastasia ones. These are so comfortable, and I really love their old packaging. The new packaging I don't like whatsoever. It's black now, and they've changed the font. I don't like it. This is classic Dose. Why'd you do that? And I have like one more color on my wish list. Girl, now it ain't gonna match. I can't have one sticking out. Like, I might have to try to find that shade online somewhere, or like go to an Ulta store and like open up the boxes and see if there's any of the old one left. But why'd y'all do that to me? But anyway, love these shades. So beautiful and a really, really good formula. I also was noticing how these ColourPop lip liners would go very nicely with those Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. Then I had my Sephora Play of November 2019, which is so sad. I really miss it a little bit. I mean, I'm buying just enough makeup without it, but it was fun to get. So the first thing was the YSL Black Opium perfume. I really do enjoy this scent, and I don't really like a lot of deeper, sexy, intense scents, but I do really like this one. I do find that it smells a little bit like weed on me, but I still like it. And then I had gotten the Glam Glow Glow Starter Mega Illuminating Moisturizer in Nude Glow. Pass this on. I've gotten this a couple of times. I do not like it. It smells like creamsicle, which I cannot get down with. So I don't even really know how the product works because I couldn't get past the smell. Then I have the Dr. Jart Cico Pear Tiger Grass Color Correcting Cream. It's a moisturizer. I think moisturizers can only color correct so much, or like balance out your redness so much. You need to use a makeup product. And it was just okay. It was a little bit more hydrating than I tend to like for my oily skin, but it didn't do anything for me. Then I have the Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara. Love this. One of my favorite mascaras of all time, and they are very pricey, so I love getting those minis because they're a really good value. And it's a natural bristle brush, has more of a wet formula, gives some really awesome volume, but it gives some length as well. And then I had this Clinique Almost Lipstick in the shade Black Honey. And I think Clinique is always very generous with their little minis, so it's a very sheer lip product. I like this formula because it's very balmy, it's very smooth, super comfortable. This is a pretty shade, but I do actually think I'm going to declutter it. Nothing is wrong with it, but I just have so many lip products, and I had this sitting in a bag of chopping block lip products all year, never wanted to reach for it, never thought about it, never missed it, so I'm gonna pass it on. Then I had the NARS lipstick in Tolide. The newer NARS lipstick formula is not the business. There are some creams and some mattes. The mattes are so thick. It is very hard to even swatch them, much less put them on your lips. And it's not that they're like very thick and matte. It's like a thick gel. It is very weird. I do not like them whatsoever, so I did pass on that shade. Then I had gotten some products in PR from Derma E, their anti-wrinkle oil, which I passed on. I don't really like face oils very much. Then there were some minis of the Hydrating Night Cream. This is okay. I do find it to be a little bit too much on my skin. It'd be better for someone that's more dry. The Vitamin C Serum, I think that's a fine product. I would definitely use it up if I got it again. I do have a lot of serums to work through right now, but it's not bad. And then the Purifying Daily Detox Scrub is just okay. I don't find that it exfoliates enough for me, so it's not something that I would repurchase. If I got another one, I'd pass it on. Then I got in a gift from my friend Amanda. She sent me a ton of products, and the first would be a bunch of KO polishes, Charmed, Sophie, Paper Snow, Pistachio Ice Cream, South Peach, Mozart, Broccoli and Chocolate, and Tuxedo Mask. And Charmed is a gorgeous like purple duochrome with like pink and blue shift. Gorgeous. Definitely going to keep that for spring. Pistachio Ice Cream and South Peach I did end up cluttering. I didn't like those shades on my skin tone. The other colors I haven't used yet. Sophie is like a very, very, very light gray. It's really like a white with like a splash of gray thrown in. Paper Snow is a true white. Mozart is a purple. Broccoli and Chocolate is a brown. Tuxedo Mask is a black. I have not used those other ones yet. Then I have the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm, a little mini. I love this. The best makeup remover ever. It gets off my face makeup, my eye makeup. It can be a little cloudy if I get some in my eye, but it comes out quickly and it doesn't burn. Really enjoy that product. Then we got the Origins Plantscription Anti-Aging Power Serum and High Potency Night Mineral Cream. These are just okay. I really have not been very impressed with Origins skincare. Not that anything's wrong with it, but it's just like, eh. I think their eye cream is very good, but the other things I've tried are just okay for me. I wouldn't buy any of them. The Ole Henriksen Truth Serum, I really enjoy that. It can be a little stickier than some other vitamin C products or serums that I've tried. I like it though. I will definitely use it up if I get any more. And then the Pure Truth Youth Activating Oil. Like I said, I don't love oils. Then we got the Dermalogica Daily Super Exfoliant. This is actually pretty nice. It is a powder exfoliator. You just add in a little bit of water, makes a paste. I do think that does a nice job Wouldn't repurchase it though. Then we have the Lancome Visionaire Crescendo Progressive Night Peel. I still haven't tried that one. Then she sent me a couple different shades of the Urban Decay 24/7 liners. Most of these I think I passed on to a friend. Some of them were a little bit more sheer, which was surprising for an Urban Decay shade, but it could be because they were a little bit more glittery. And I love the Urban Decay liners because they're so beautiful. They come in so many shades. They're very smooth, easy to apply, but I have very runny eyes and very oily under eyes, and the Urban Decay liners run on me so badly, and I don't really go for pencil liners on my top lash line, so it wouldn't be worth keeping them for that. I wear them on the lower lash line, run too badly on me. Then I have the Galactic Precise Liquid Liner. I did use this up. This was a felt tip liquid liner. It was very long and skinny. I really enjoyed it. It worked really well. It worked for a very long time. I know that felt tips tend to dry out a little bit quicker than brush tips, but it lasted a long time. It was a good product. It was a matte black. It was not waterproof though. Then she sent me a Buxom eyeshadow palette. She sent me a Buxom palette twice. There was one that was more pastel-y shades, which may have been this one. I did declutter that one recently. I just felt like the shades were very powdery and didn't have much impact on the eye. Then she did send me another palette that I used recently, and all of those performed much better. So very odd. It definitely obviously depends on the shade that you get, but I wouldn't go out of my way to buy any Buxom eyeshadows. Then the Pure Out of the Blue palette, I did end up passing that one on to a friend. Just okay, had some glitter shades in there, which are not my favorite. And I keep wanting to try Pure eyeshadows to find something that I love, but their eyeshadows just aren't the best. Then we had the Violet Voss Holy Grail palette. I was so excited for that, and I did end up recently passing it on. It is just okay. I have tried a couple other Violet Voss palettes in the past, and I just have not liked the formula. I feel like either they don't, actually usually it's been the mattes. I feel like they're just like not as pigmented as I want them to be. They don't blend well, because I think in that palette I used shades that were similar to each other. On the eye they all look the same, but when I do that with Anastasia shadows or other brands, I can tell the difference in the tones or like the depth of the shade. Those all blended together to be the same, and I just ended up passing it on. But the last item was this Tarte Amazon Clay blush in the shade Seduce. This is a beautiful nude blush that is a bit on the warmer side, as you can see. Love this color. It is so pretty. I really do like the Tarte blush formula. It's nice and matte. These are not very powdery, so I do tend to use more of like a dense angled blush brush with them. I do not recommend swatching these very much because like the oils in your fingers really dry out these blushes for some reason, but I'm so happy I have this one in my collection. Very, very beautiful. Definitely recommend these, and luckily like the Tarte blushes go on sale at the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty like every year, so I do recommend these, and I'm very happy to have that in my collection. So those are all of the products from my Ulta 4,000 points haul and my November 2019 haul. So I would love to know your thoughts on these products in the comments down below. I'm so happy to see that I actually have tested a lot of these products. It's always very embarrassing when I do these videos and there are several things that I have not tried, but I really did try mostly everything. I just had not used the Dose of Colors eyeshadow and the Tarte primer, but everything else I've used. So I feel good about that. So thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.